want to add one more little thing. We'll revisit, for a moment, we'll revisit circumcision, because some of you keep bringing it up. And I'm tired of arguing with you guys, because it's the same argument over and over again. But I will say this. Now you've outdone yourselves. They're the anti-Circs, have their bastion in that place of great wisdom and understanding and learning, the place where democracy and human rights are championed, San Francisco, the place where Harvey Milk and the mayor of San Francisco were murdered, and the murder got off because of the wisdom of the people of San Francisco, that sugar is capable of bringing a person to insanity. And he got off because he was temporarily insane, because he ate a lot of Twinkies. Brilliant people, the San Francisco people. They're all terrific. They've got the highest percentage of gays, and they champion gay rights, and they are absolutely now championing the anti-circ movement. They wish to get rid of circumcision, even though I guarantee you that it will be thrown out because it's unconstitutional, because it goes against religious freedoms. But they're going to go ahead and make people like myself suffer because we put our children, our grandchildren, through circumcision. So if, for you anti-Circs out there, you wish to go ahead and identify with the Twinkies defense and all of those Meshugoyim that are championing and celebrating gay rights, which is the destruction of the human being, because the person will not have any children afterwards after him, and promoting deviant lifestyles, go right ahead. But don't tell me that this is scientific and good. The Center for Disease Control in this country has determined that circumcision actually is beneficial in the prevention of AIDS. The reason why in this country it doesn't do that much for prevention of AIDS is because most of the AIDS is transmitted by, guess what? Male homosexual behavior. Because it's male homosexual behavior, the circumcision doesn't help in those cases. I wonder why. In the Torah it calls male homosexual behavior an abomination. It is an aberration of the human condition. It is a destructive type of lifestyle for the person perpetrating it. I won't go into that now, but I'm going to go into circumcision. They just made a study. This was reported by Fox on January the 7th of this year. Researchers have documented that besides preventing AIDS, it prevents genital warts. 28% low rate of infection for people who have the human papillomavirus, or HPV, which these things cause warts and cervical cancer. So circumcision is beneficial. Those are the reports that have become public knowledge. And what happens is the anti-Circs will take this report and say, oh, there must have been a rabbi who promoted this report. I don't know, the Center for Disease Control, which is opposed to the ban on circumcision, to my knowledge, has got nothing to do with rabbis. I have never seen a kashrut certificate or a Beth Din for the Center of Disease Control. You'll have to give me and enlighten me about that particular rabbinical board called the Center for Disease Control. The Center for Disease Control is established that there are less STDs, less AIDS, almost no cancer, no warts, no cervical, very little, less cervical cancers in women if you circumcise the males. Now, the reason why we circumcise is because God said so for the Jewish people. And I want you to understand that we are prohibited from promoting circumcisions among the Gentiles. However, depending on the reading of Maimonides, circumcising a Gentile actually will help the person in his health. There is no place in Jewish law for circumcising females, which happens to be very destructive, disfiguring, and mutilating, and causing angst and disease and all kinds of other stuff. We know that. But human circumcision, male circumcision, gets rid of the place where the viruses like to congregate. They like to congregate in the schmutz over there. And because they like it, there's all kinds of cells. Interesting. I know the langos, but those cells that supposedly are the antibodies, they also attract them. And because they attract them, there's more of them there. And you can't get rid of all of them. But when you circumcise, get rid of all that. So you tell me, well, that's the most sensitive place, and so on. We've gone through all of that. There is no study that says that a male who's circumcised will have a less satisfactory sexual life than somebody who is circumcised. Now, of course, I can't tell you that because I'm circumcised. But the studies that they made showed no significant difference. And so we're left with the following. Circumcision was told to us by God in the Torah. Circumcision takes place on the 8th day of a child's life, exactly when the clotting agent comes. And this is way before they ever knew about the clotting agents. Nobody in the time of Moses knew about clotting agents. Don't tell me that they did studies, which is the best day, and they figured out that if you did it the 6th day, the kid's going to die. They wouldn't have known that. They would have died beforehand. They got the information from the one above, told us that do it on the 8th day, and that will make you whole. It will make you perfect. It will make you into someone that's got a contract with God. And that's worth a hell of a lot more than the people in San Francisco with the Twinkies defense, the gay right activists, and now the anti-circ champions. Hooray for Frisco.